Hi, everybody. We are talking about accountability. This is such a good topic. Are you strong? Are you a strong leader at work and home around accountability? Holding your team accountable, holding your family accountable. Accountability is a big topic. And so we're going to be talking about 7 different practical ways to hold yourself and your team and your family accountable. So if we haven't met, my name is Dr. Karen Gordon. I'm the co-founder of DK Leadership. It's a global leadership coaching company. We work with teams and companies across all sectors, all sizes, across Canada, the US, and in Europe. And so this is a big topic. And so we're going to be talking about 7 different practical ways. How do you actually hold people accountable? And so get out that pen and paper, everybody, and let's dive in. And so just as we're going into this data, I love data, by the way. And so just before I give you the 7 tips, I wanted to share with you this little stat that I was reading on Forbes, which I think you'll find interesting. 80% of managers struggle with holding others accountable. 80%, 91% of employees say it's one of their company's top leadership development needs. So this is a big topic. This is a big topic. And I do still a lot of coaching with teams, with families, and this is the topic that I constantly see. So I thought this would be a great topic for us to dive into. Okay, number 1. To hold people accountable, you've got to be very clear on your goals. Okay, be very clear on your goals and what you expect them to do. Clarity is your best friend in this. So you've got to be super clear. If something is not clear, then people don't really know what to do with it. Okay, so that is number 1. Be very clear on your expectations. And so that is number 1. And what's interesting about this topic in particular is that one of the things we specialize as a company is leadership emotional intelligence. That's what we teach. That's our niche. And leadership emotional intelligence looks at lots of different skills. There's actually 5 sub skills that it looks at. And when I think about this topic around accountability, we're actually using all 5 of those sub skills at the same time. And so if you have not yet received our leadership EQ scorecard, I'd love for you to get your hands on it. It's free. So just down below, say EQ in the comments, and somebody from my team will actually send that to you. I'd love for you to get your hands on it. And you can kind of start assessing your, how are you according to these 5 sub skills. Really, really helpful for you. Okay, so step number 1 is be really clear on your goals. Number 2 is set very clear timelines. Very clear timelines. So when you're trying to hold your team accountable, hold your family accountable, they need to know what you expect and when you need it by. So that timeline is really important. So if you say, I need this assignment done as soon as possible, too vague. I need this assignment done by Friday. Now you're being a little bit more clear. Just last night I was teaching one of our courses it's called Find Your Dream Career. And we have high school students, we have young adults, we have adults pivoting to this course. And one of the things I teach in the course is around personality. To find your dream career, you have to understand yourself and your personality. I love teaching it. And one of the pieces, as I was explaining and teaching around personality, is around timing. That half of the personalities, they tend to like to get things done early. So if something's due on Friday, they want to get it done by Wednesday. The other half of the personalities, if something's due on Friday, they're working on it Friday morning. Okay, so and so they need the deadline, and in fact, a lot of them they do their best work against that deadline. And so it's very important as a leader when you're managing people, when you're managing others. You need to be clear on the goals, expectations. Number 2 is have very clear timelines. Number 3, follow through. There's a few pieces of these 7 tips I'm going to be giving you that a couple of leaders, they just fall off. They might be really good at a couple of them, but then it's like, oh, I fall off on that one. Oh, I fall off on that one. So this is one of them, the follow through. A lot of times leaders will give an assignment, here it is, and then they kind of go off and do something else. You've got to make sure when you're leading people, here's what I need it by, and then I'm going to follow through making sure that I got it. If I said Friday 9 o'clock, I'm following up Friday 9 o'clock. Okay, so follow through is really important. Number 4 is make it very clear around asking for help. Okay, asking for help. This is a big one, everybody, because especially if you've got a new team member, if you're trying to kind of work with your kids in terms of accountability around this as well, make it really clear in your messaging that yes, here's the assignment. Yes, I want this done by Friday at 9 o'clock. That being said, if you're bumping into any problems, if you need help, no problem. We all need help. I need you then to initiate and put your hand up and actually ask for help. and really, and that's okay. And I will make myself available. I just need to know before Thursday, and you can kind of give some boundaries around, when you're actually available so that people are not, emailing you at 11 o'clock on Thursday night. And so, but you want to kind of make that part of your messaging around expectations, timelines, but also that you are available, or you will make sure that you provide the extra resources that they actually need so that they can kind of get the job done. We talk a lot about asking for help and communication just as a whole on these videos. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and definitely check out some of the other videos that we actually have, because we've got lots actually about the importance about asking for help, which is real. In fact, actually one of my videos, I think we did about 6 months ago, went viral, and it was specifically on asking for help. So that's a big topic. So anyway, you're going to want to check out some of the other videos as well. Okay, now that's number 4. Number 5, set very clear consequences, or what's going to happen. So if I don't have this by Friday at 9 o'clock, what's the consequence? And the consequences are obviously going to be different if it's in a work situation or if a family situation. But be really clear what will happen. And it can be like some very severe consequences, and it can be more other kinds of consequences in terms of that might impact in terms of their promotions, their job opportunities. You don't want to have to kind of get all heavy and negative around it. You want to make sure it's kind of really lighthearted, but as you're developing your relationship with your team members, as you're developing, and really building a relationship with your family, it is really important that you are clear on the consequences. If A happens, if A does not happen, then B is going to happen. And again, you're going to have to, we could go into a whole other module or a whole other topic on, different examples of that, but just high level right now, you want to be really clear on the consequences, as you're trying to establish in terms of accountability. Number 6 is, and this is the other one, that's a really big one, is to lean in and have that crucial conversation. A lot of leaders, a lot of managers, a lot of parents, a lot of professionals, this is where they kind of fall off. They don't want to have that crucial conversation. They don't want to, it's so uncomfortable for them. But it's really important. This is, when we talk about great teams, we talk about great leaders, we talk about great managers, we talk about great parents. It is so important that we are very clear about, these are the expectations. This is, this is what I need. This is when I need it. For us to really be working well as a team, it is important that we lean into that conversation and have that crucial conversation. Healthy, thriving organizations, healthy, thriving family systems lean into those crucial conversations. So that's number 6. That's a really, really big one. And then the 7th one, just to kind of end on a nice positive note, is you really want to highlight, emphasize, reward, have that positive reinforcement when people are following through. They're doing with what they expect by the deadline. They've got a great attitude. Your ideal team player, your ideal family member, when they're actually doing something exactly as you want it, you want to voice it, celebrate it, acknowledge it. And so what it does is it allows, within your culture, it allows like, okay, this is the expectation. This is the expectation of what we're doing. And so you want to reward people when they're doing with what they're supposed to be doing and it's clear. Reward them, encourage them, positive reinforcement. And that just that is really, really important. That's really important because, that positive reinforcement, that positive energy, that's what really changes culture. And so we want to make sure that we're building great cultures in our businesses. We're building great cultures in our families. And so accountability does not have to be this dirty word. Accountability is kind of all part about what is making your system healthy. And so that's the end goal, right? Is we want to kind of, as a system, whether it's in business or in families, what is our goal? Everybody has their jobs. We're going to hold each other accountable to those jobs. And let's hold each other accountable. If somebody's not holding their weight, let's lean into that. Let's problem solve it. And then let's really celebrate it when we're all doing our job. And so there's a lot of sub skills here. There's a lot of skills, but this topic is absolutely one of those big topics under that leadership EQ. So again, get your scorecard. If you haven't got it, type in EQ below. Like our YouTube channel, check out our other videos, and I look forward to seeing you and sharing insights. And also, if you actually have a topic that you would like me to be covering in these videos, be sure you write that in the comments below as well. Thanks, everybody.